Mr. Molefe, the court is your judgment in another court. Poker, DJ Sumbody, murder in respect of conspiracy to commit murder in respect of Vusimuzi, in respect of Vusimuzi, conspiracy to commit murder Sandile Sean Miesa, to commit murder in respect of Hector Butelesi or DJ.
Today we take a deep look at a burning question that many South Africans are asking. Why did Johannesburg High Court grant our 400,000 bail to Katiso KT Molefe on October 10, 2025, while the same province's High Court denied bail to businessman Vusimuzi Cat Matlala on October 27, 2025? Both men face extremely serious charges. Both have prior convictions, and both are reported to have multiple passports, something that usually raises concerns about flight risk. Yet, despite these similarities, one was allowed to go home on bail, while the other was kept behind bars. These two decisions have stirred outrage, confusion, and renewed debate about whether justice in South Africa truly applies equally to everyone, or whether influence and connection still shape outcomes in the country's courts. To understand how this controversy began, let's start with what actually happened in both cases. Molefe, a man widely reported to have links with organized criminal networks, was granted bail by the Johannesburg High Court after his earlier application was denied by the Alexander Magistrates Court. Judge Ledwaba, presiding over the matter, ruled that Molefe could be released on our 400,000 bail with certain conditions. The court justified the decision by saying that the state had not proven beyond reasonable doubt that Molefe's continued detention was necessary for the administration of justice. However, this ruling quickly set off a storm of criticism. The National Prosecuting Authority, along with several legal commentators, questioned why someone facing 5 counts of murder and conspiracy, including charges linked to the 2022 killing of musician DJ Sumbody, should be released on bail. News outlets reported that even some police investigators were shocked, as they believed the risk of Molefe fleeing was high given his multiple passports and reported access to significant funds. Matlala's situation unfolded quite differently. On October 27th, just over 2 weeks after Molefe's bail decision, the Gauteng High Court dismissed Matlala's appeal for bail. The court found that he too was a flight risk and that releasing him could undermine public confidence in the justice system. Matlala, a businessman with a reputation for operating in controversial circles, was charged with attempted murder and other serious offenses. The National Prosecuting Authority welcomed this outcome, calling it a victory for public safety. What makes a comparison so striking is that Matlala and Molefe both have prior convictions, both face severe charges, and both have the means to escape if they wished. Yet their bail outcomes could not have been more different. This contrast has naturally led to speculation. Many are asking, what made Molefe's case different? Did the court simply view the facts differently, or is there something more beneath the surface? Some witnesses testifying at the ongoing Matlala Commission have alleged that certain bail decisions in recent months were influenced by money or political connections. According to reports from the Star and News 24, informers even claimed that Molefe might have paid a large sum to secure bail, though these claims remain unproven and under investigation. The judge involved has denied any wrongdoing, and so far, there is no verified evidence that bribery or political interference directly shaped the decision. Still, the perception that justice may have been bought lingers, and perception alone can be deeply damaging in a country already struggling with public trust in its institutions. From a strictly legal standpoint, bail decisions are not supposed to depend on public opinion or emotions. South African law says judges must consider several factors before granting bail, including the seriousness of the offense, the strength of the state's case, the accused's previous convictions, their ties to the community, and whether their release would endanger public or allow them to interfere with witnesses. Even with similar cases, judges can weigh these factors differently. That's why one person might get bail while another does not, even if the charges sound almost identical. However, when such high-profile examples show opposite outcomes within weeks of each other, people naturally start to question the consistency of the justice system. Beyond the courtroom, politics and perception play a massive role. Molefe's name has reportedly appeared in several investigations linking him to criminal networks with alleged connections to influential figures. Whether those ties actually exist or not, the idea that someone with possible political or financial protection could walk free while others remain locked up makes people feel that South Africa's justice system favors the well-connected. The courts may have acted within the law, but the message it sends to ordinary citizens is one of inequality and selective justice. At the same time, it is important to remember that courts do not operate in isolation. Judges can only decide based on the evidence and arguments presented to them. In Molefe's case, his legal team reportedly presented detailed guarantees that he would cooperate with the investigation and not interfere with witnesses. The judge may have believed those assurances were credible. By contrast, in Matlala's case, the state reportedly presented fresh evidence suggesting that he might attempt to intimidate witnesses or use his resources to avoid prosecution. That difference in available evidence could have been enough to sway the court's decision. Still, that explanation has done little to calm the public's frustration. The apparent inconsistency has led many to call for greater transparency in the judicial process. Legal experts argue that courts should release detailed written reasons for every bail decision, especially in high-profile cases. Such explanations would help the public understand the reasoning behind judgments and reduce the space for conspiracy theories or assumptions of corruption. Meanwhile, the National Prosecuting Authority has hinted that it may consider appealing certain bail decisions if it believes they were made in error or influenced improperly. Looking forward, this issue will likely push the judiciary and the NPA to be more transparent and consistent. It may even lead to new legislation tightening the criteria for bail in cases involving murder, conspiracy, or organized crime. Civil society organizations, anti-corruption groups, and ordinary South Africans are all watching closely to see whether the system corrects itself or continues to allow these questionable discrepancies. At the end of the day, this story is not just about Molefe or Matlala. It's about what kind of justice system South Africa wants to have. Should the rich and powerful be able to walk free, while ordinary citizens remain behind bars for lesser offenses? Or can the courts prove that fairness still exists, even under immense political and social pressure? Only time, transparency, and accountability will tell. If you found this analysis helpful, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Let us know in the comments what you think. Was Molefe's bail decision fair? Or do you see a pattern of double standards? Do you believe political connections played a role? Your opinions help shape the discussion. So comment, like, share, and subscribe for more balanced and detailed breakdowns of South Africa's biggest political and legal stories.